My talk is broken up into two sections. I'll close out this event. First, I want to thank both Donna and Dr. Cooper for their remarks. The harm that is caused to children that they have discussed is just one facet of the great harm that pornography, illegal pornography, is causing to society. During my years at the U.S. Department of Justice as chief of the Child Exploitation and Obscenity section, which is charged with the prosecution of illegal adult pornography, I've read virtually everything the United States Supreme Court has ever said on the issue of pornography and illegal pornography, hardcore, which is called obscenity. I want to share with you a couple things the court has said, and this is in your handout that was in the back. It's titled Enforcing Federal Obscenity Laws. I just want to highlight two things that were said in there. In Roth versus the United States, a 1957 case, Justice Brennan, who is revered for his views on the First Amendment to the Constitution, observed that, quote, this court has always assumed that obscenity is not protected by the freedoms of speech and the press. In Roth, the Supreme Court went on to hold that obscenity is not within the area of constitutionally protected speech and press, not protected. In Miller versus California later in 1973, and this is a case that every law student studies in law school, the Supreme Court said, to equate the free and robust exchange of ideas and political debate with the commercial exploitation of obscene materials demeans the grand conception of the First Amendment and its high purposes in the historic struggle for freedom, is to misuse the great guarantees of free speech and the press. Today on NPR, there was a story about this conference. They interviewed one person, and that was someone from Adult Video News, the porn industry's publication. And they said, oh, they're going to take away our constitutionally protected freedom of speech. Nonsense. The court has never said that obscene pornography is protected speech. It is not. And it is very harmful. If you don't understand the harm, go to pornharms.com. All the peer-reviewed research that we can find on the harm from pornography is loaded up onto that site, pornharms.com. Federal obscenity laws, the laws against hardcore illegal pornography, which are not currently being enforced by the Department of Justice, prohibit the distribution of hardcore obscene pornography on the internet. All that material that you're seeing here in these clips is illegal under federal law. It prohibits the distribution of hardcore illegal obscene pornography on cable and satellite. Yet if you have cable and satellite, you can get that very material pay-per-view. They do that, the cable companies, because the department is not vigorously enforcing the law. The material in hotels and motels on hardcore pornography, that is against the law. And the material in sexually oriented businesses, both porn shops and other businesses that are in the porn, that have a porn section, even common retail shops, gas stations, etc., much of that material is obscene, illegal material. The role of the Justice Department should be to prosecute the major producers and distributors of hardcore obscene material. However, rather than aggressively enforcing the law, the Justice Department, through the Bush years and the Clinton years before that, has been prosecuting relatively minor producers and distributors of hardcore material, and then only the most extreme material they can find. So the impact of those prosecutions is very little. But I want to note something I just said and highlight it. The department has continually been prosecuting obscenity cases, and they've won their cases. Throughout the history of the Department of Justice, the department wins virtually every case they bring on obscene material. And that is because community standards come into play, and a jury has to decide whether this hardcore material is beyond community standards. And every community, no matter where they are, wants to say that their community is better than that material that the jury has shown, the hardcore pornography material. Cases are won. Congress needs to ensure that the laws that it passed on obscenity are enforced by the Department of Justice. I'll have more to say about this in my closing remarks. Thank you very much.